Hello and a warm welcome to the latest AX Semantics meetup. Today with our guest Joāo, who is the founder of Betarena. And Betarena is a sports content platform which is bringing AI-driven content to sports-interested readers around the world in different languages from a lot of sports with a lot of statistics and news about sports. So enjoy the show, be part of our meetup. Thank you so much. So Joāo, start by introducing yourself, please, and tell us a bit about Betarena and what's happening on Betarena, what your business is, maybe some numbers we are interested in, and stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saim. My name is Joāo. I'm the CEO, the founder, CEO, and CTO of Betarena. And what we are trying to build here is a Web3 world of sports. So we are creating sports contents and forecasts, not just forecasts, but sports content for different sports. And we have been growing for the last 3 years, reached more than 1 million visits last year. And I think the quality of our content, the tool that you are building is very interesting for the users, not just to reach out and read the information that we supply every week, every day, but also in the future to participate in the Web3 model where users can be rewarded with their participation inside the platform. Yeah. So we generate thousands of content forecasts and analysis for sports for football matches, and also for NBA, and then we use for the automated content, that is most of our content is done by AX Semantics, using the tool AX Semantics. Yeah, and we are very happy with it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Would you like to share your website just to have a first look on the website, maybe the homepage where we start, and just show us and explain us some interesting parts of the content automation, but also about the handwritten content maybe. So everything what is happening on the content side is interesting for us.
Sure. Let me just share here my browser.
If you like the meetup and this video, please subscribe our channel and be part of the community of the AX Semantics meetups.
So when the users arrive at this time at the betarena.com, you are going to see the presentation projects. So the project presentation, when we talk a little bit about the Web3 approach and what we are trying to achieve. And you can, because we are also preparing the launch of the token, of the Betarena token, and users can already get information about the private pre-sale. And then they can visit what we already have been building. Just launch the app. And so, as you can see, we have the platform translated in 8 languages at this time. And that's a very, it's been a great effort to try to get the platform to the most number of languages, so the most number of users can access the website, the platform, and read the content that we create. And for that, AX Semantics has been very important, because the automated content let us allow us to get the platform to the different language very fast, compared if we did it all by ourselves or manually. And so users can see the matches that are going to happen using the live score and the featured match, for example. And they can read, for example, let's say that someone wants to read what's going to happen in the Manchester City Leipzig today's Champions League match. They can select here in the tip, and it's going to open the forecast. And this is this specific content is an automated content produced by AX Semantics with and after we prepare all the narratives. And this is a pretty extensive work, because we have been working the narratives for the last 2-3 years, and so they are at a point of complexity and number of information that I think it's very interesting for the users. So as you can see, you have the introduction, sorry, you have the advertisement. Can be a little annoying. Just wait 2 seconds. And so you have the introduction to the forecast, where it describes a little bit about what's going to happen in the match. Then you have the analysis of the team specifically. They say the number of goals that the team scored, how it behaves in the group stage, what was the best players, with which average rating they had. Also, we featured the best goal scorer of the team, because not just because we are trying to reach users interested in the sports, but also users that like to bet, and for that case, knowing the best goal scorer can be helpful to try to bet on the next scorer of the game. And also you have the analysis of the team that's going to play with Manchester City. In this case, it's Leipzig. And you have also suggestions for the game for the more directed to punters. And then you have the usual questions about what's going to happen in the game. So all this narrative has different statements. We have thousands of, or dozens or hundreds of variations for each statement. We have different, many statements that can analyze different data. I think it's very complete, probably one of the most completed automated content for this type of content in the market at this time, I think.
João, the content looks quite long. What is the average length of a piece of content like that on your website?
Yeah, for the forecasts, we have at least 900 words usually. Wow. Okay. We could have more but I think it's too lengthy. So we try to. There are some content that we do something like 300 words or 600, but we usually try to set on the 900 a little bit, sometime more in specific fixtures. But it's very lengthy, yeah. But I think it's important because it gets it depends on the user that's going to read the betting tip or the forecast, and sometimes some users are more interested in how the team has been playing before, or sometimes the user wants to know the corners or their performance in the corners, or the number of goals they score, etc. So there's different types of approaches to try to get into one forecast. So that's the reason it's a little lengthy.
At the very beginning of Betarena, how did you produce content like this? What was the way to get to this content? Was it handwritten or?
No, at the beginning, yeah, we had it was manually. We had a few journalists working with us and creating contents, okay. And we understood very fast that it was going to be very difficult to cover the number of the matches that we wanted to cover doing it manually, or practically impossible. And then was the other challenge was the language barrier, because if you do it in English, then you have to do it in different languages. So the option is you are going to translate the content, or are you going to produce content directly in those languages. The organization is going to organize all that stuff, all that members, different team members in different languages, producing all of that content. It's very difficult. It's much more difficult, takes much more time, probably much more expensive, and it's not getting the quality is not going to justify that type of work. So we decided to, okay, now we are going to focus in automating the content. And then we made a benchmark to see the platforms that were in the market, and we found AX Semantics, and since then we started working with you, and very pleased to do so.
Do you see a development in the conversion rate from the handwritten content? Was it better than AX, and AX is just now the better solution because it's more content, or is the conversion rate itself raised after using AX? What was the development on this conversion rate?
Okay, in the beginning, when we began to change the contents from manually to automated, our expectation was that okay, we are going to create much more content, so probably we are going to multiply the visits and multiply the results, etc. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that, because there are much more involved in organically bringing users than just having lots of content. Even if the content has quality and is diversified, you need to get more stuff into the equation. So you need to have a strategy to get backlinks. You need a strategy to have also manual content to be written inside the platform. So it's different factors that's going to bring you better results. So this is not, it was not something like manually add some results, we change it to automated much more content, we have better results now. It was something that was progressive, and you needed to understand what factors in the equation would bring us more users. But besides that, even if the organic users didn't rise to the expectation at that time, the real fact is that users that visit our platform every day, the difference is that before they was able to see 10, 20 forecasts, and now they can see 50, 100, 150. So besides the organic reach and the organic number of users you bring, you also bring more content to the users that you have already in the platform, and that coming every day. So I think it's a very good, it was a very good decision then.
Okay, perfect. I know that you have prepared an example where we can see a piece of content from competitor. Oh, there is it already.
Exactly. So as I showed a few minutes ago, our content is very lengthy. So we approach many of the factors of the game, many statistics that can be very useful to the users. And since we began to work, we have been improving the automated content. So in the beginning, we saw a few errors because it's different when you do it manually. For example, if you do it manually, you have different channels. If he gets wrong on a statement, it's wrong on that statement. If you have automated content, if you get wrong in one statement, you can multiply for, if that statement is published in 100 different forecasts of content, is going to be replicated. So during the time that we are since began to working with the automated content, we have been correcting everything, correcting small errors that we have been verifying. So now the content is very, very with high quality, much less errors, and much more human readable. And if you compare, for example, there are many competitors that do stuff like this. They just gather a few stats because we see many competitors working just for organic results, for just Google reach and Google visitors. So they do try to do the minimum 300 words. That's usually the norm for getting traffic. So they do the 300 words, get a few stats. Sometimes the statements are very similar and much less statements, much less statistics, and we don't see many smart statements, as we call them, where you draw some conclusions from the statistics and get real data on the forecast. So comparing, for example, this logic, we can see that Betarena forecast is much more complete than this competitor, for example. You can see that if I don't think we need to go statement by statement.
No. That's
the complexity is completely different. It's clear.
But what I understood is that the conclusions are the gold in your content because the bettors are waiting for the conclusion, not only for the stats.
Yeah,
correct. So
exactly,
very
because
helpful to put my money to the right bet. Who's your favorite
it's
tonight? Is it Manchester or is it Leipzig?
That's a tricky question, right?
Well,
Leipzig, it's Leipzig.
Okay, perfect.
It's Manchester City. It's
Maybe we
Manchester
will
City.
put some money on Leipzig tonight. Let's wait and see what's happening tonight.
Let's see what's happening.
So, Joāo, last week you shared something very interesting. I was really excited seeing that. That was your first AI-based video.
True.
And
yeah,
it's not generated with AX, so no excuses for that, to be honest, Joāo. But
that's true. No excuses. But we promise to try it with the AX Semantics also.
But I was really excited, and it looks so great. So I would like to share that with the with our guests today. It's really interesting video describing the Liga in Spain, one of the best football leagues in the world, or is it the best? I don't know, but one of the best, to be honest. And I think we should share this video, and maybe you can share what is the tool set behind that. So, but let's look the video, and after that we will talk about the tools.
Okay, so these videos are going to be present in several tournaments. We just rolled out last week. I think we have been 5 tournaments at this time. But we are going to cover all major tournaments: Champions League, Liga Portugal, Premier League, etc. Exactly.
Do you now see the website?
Yeah, we can see the website. Hi, Kate.
Okay, and I try to start now.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about one of the most exciting
Can you hear it?
Yeah,
we have sound. Super.
Okay.
football leagues in the world, La Liga from Spain. La Liga has a rich history, dating back to 1929 when it was first established. Since then, it has become one of the most popular and competitive leagues in the world, attracting some of the best football players and teams. The league format consists of 20 teams playing 38 matches each, for a total of 380 matches in a season. At the end of the season, the team with the most points is crowned the champion. Promotion and relegation are an important part of the Liga's competitive system. The top 4 teams qualify for the UDFA Champions League, while the teams in the 17th and 18th positions face relegation to the second division, La Liga 2. Some of the most historic teams in La Liga include Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. These teams have produced many legendary players, including Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Xavi. The average attendance at La Liga matches is around 28,000, making it one of the best supported leagues in the world. It's also worth mentioning that La Liga is a popular league for betting, with many people around the world placing bets on the outcome of matches and individual player performance. In conclusion, La Liga is a competitive and exciting league with a rich history and many notable teams and players. From its format to its promotion and relegation rules, it's a league that offers something for everyone.
Super exciting. Thank you for sharing that, Joāo. What is the tool set behind that video? What was the work you have invested in this video? And yeah, well, it looks great. So we are really interested in.
Yeah, we are always looking at the most recent platforms, AI platforms that can bring us automation. Since we were one of the first to use the automation on the content for forecasting, etc. We are always trying to see ways to automate content with guaranteeing quality, and that's something that's going to bring value to the user, not just doing because it's the latest thing in the market. So, and I found the tool is Colossian, I think it's the name.
Yeah.
And I saw there are several ones. I don't think I started with Colossian. I saw another tools, but then I was trying to the same way I did it with AX Semantics. I was trying to find the best tool, and I think that's one of the best ones. And for the contents, so I thought, okay, this can we can have some video in the tournaments, because we have some content, written content, but sometimes people don't want to read. They just want to get information fast or see it in the mobile phone in the format that they are used to it. So I thought, okay, we can bring some value, adding some video to the tournaments page, where we can see the competitions, the results, the standing, etc. So why can't we have some video telling you a little bit about the competition, what's happening, the averages, what's the history of the competition, etc. So I found this tool very interesting. So, and then for we needed to create a script, and meanwhile ChatGPT was coming out, and from the different things it can make, from the different things or different options we can use ChatGPT. One of them is to create scripts for YouTube and other videos, and we tried it. So let's do a script for the tournaments and see how it goes, see what's the result, and then apply it to the Coliseum to see with the voice and the video how it was going to be. And I think the result is very interesting. So that's the tools that we use with ChatGPT to create the scripts. We can fine tune, and we prepare the prompts so that it's similar to every tournament, and then use it in the Coliseum to produce the videos, and then add it to the platform.
Well, a short question to our participants. Have you seen that the video is animated, the avatar is animated with a tool? How was your impression about the quality? Just type it in the chat, please, and give us a feedback, what your expectation was when we were telling about this new possibility to produce videos, and what was your feelings seeing that video, and are you good with the results, or do you see the problems? Maybe it's something you will share in the chat at the moment. Joāo, talking about tools, I know that you're using ChatGPT too. And I know that a lot of our customers are trying to use ChatGPT for several tasks in their daily job. What is the task you mainly use ChatGPT for?
I use it for a lot of stuff. So if ChatGPT was taken away from me right now, it was going to be a loss, like something like losing the smartphone. I have to admit, it's because we use it for so many steps. For coding, we use a lot. Sometimes we are stuck with something in development, and we can just get the tool to use to identify errors or to try to help us out. I use it to do benchmarking. Even we are now preparing the Betarena token, you were selecting what in which blockchain you are going to add the token. If it's going to be in a layer 1 or layer 2, in the layer 2, what one is going to be Polygon or scale, whatever, optimism. So, and we use it to benchmark, to see the advantages and the cons about these technologies, to make some decisions. I use it to marketing the new things that we are rolling out, for translations, to prompts, to variations for AX Semantics statements, for synonyms of words in different languages, to translate everything to okay. So you can daily tool for lots of stuff.
Perfect. Well, it seems that is in every task in your day.
Yes, it's very important.
So we can't take it away from you. Why don't you use ChatGPT to produce content on scale, like those analytics, for example, for the football games? Why do you use AX Semantics? What are the advantages there? And why isn't it possible to use ChatGPT on that point?
AX Semantics gives us much more control, and for the forecaster, for the contents that want to be lengthy, and we want to control how it's going to be shown to our customers or our users. It's not our customers, but our users. We need to have, or we'd like to have control of the narrative. So The structure of the narrative, you want to have control of it also. So I think AX Semantics responds better to that request. I think both of the tools complement itself, because as I told you, we are creating variations of statements, or even, for example, the smart statements that I was talking about. That's the statements where you get some analytics and then draw some conclusions and then create the content based on that conclusions. What we do now is we ask ChatGPT, so we have this data. With this data, create a conclusion or a smart statement to this data, and it's going to suggest to create this content. Then we use the variables and the AX Semantics tool to prepare this. So they complement, but for our main content, for the main content, and for the ones that we have, we want to have much better control. We think AX Semantics is the best tool for it. That's the difference
so far.
Yeah.
João, thank you so much. Any questions from our participants? Share it in German or in English in the chat, no problem. We will translate them if you have any questions. João, one last question from my side.
Sure.
What is the future at Betarena? What will happen in the next few months, in the next half a year on Betarena?
So we have great ambition. So what we are trying to build is the biggest sports content platform in Web3. So what we want to generate, what we want to create is a platform censorship free. So because the content that is going to be produced by the authors inside the platform, the manual content, not automated one, is going to be able to create NFTs from the content, and it's being added to the blockchain, so it's immutable, it's not censorable. It's from the author is the owner. The ownership is from the author of the content. So what we are trying to produce is the biggest platform of world of sports content in Web3. So we are going to add different sports, from esports, American football, hockey, everything. We are going to have statistics. We are going to have competitions where users can be rewarded inside the competitions. We are going to have the internal economic system. So we are going to have our token. Users can then deposit with fiat currency or even other cryptocurrencies. And then inside the platform, it's going to have a token that's going to allow them to participate in competitions, be authors for new contents, earn money, earn interest in their money, stake their tokens. And also we are trying to get some partnerships so that the token can be used outside of a Betarena platform. So it's a big project, very ambitious, and I think we are well positioned because we already reached break even, and everything we have done it's being bootstrapping. We didn't have any funding or stuff like that for now, until now. Probably I don't know if in the future we are going to have some type of crowdfunding, or even with when the token pre-sale, when the token is going to be private pre-sale and public pre-sale, probably I get some revenue from that, and will help us to accelerate and get to our goals more rapidly. But it's been a great journey because we have done it just by ourselves. We don't depend on anyone, and we do what we think is best for the users and best for us and for the team. So that's interesting. I think it's pretty complete.
Interesting. So from my side, stay independent. Take care of Betarena. Crossing fingers for your success, and that Betarena will grow fast. It's quite interesting to look from here to Betarena and to see what you're doing. And
we can talk again in 1 year from now when
I think that would be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much so far, João. Hey folks, my 3 learnings out of the meetup from today. João is using AX because he wants to have more control over his content, and AX is giving him this control he's searching for. The second is that AX Semantics is a real search engine and conversion driver for Betarena. And that means for him a more economic success than before. And last but not least, I've learned today how Joāo is using AI tools to produce videos. And that's really interesting. I hope you will share that too.